Welcome to the California State Payroll System, or CSPS, project overview, presented by the CSPS Project Organizational Change Management Team. The objectives of this presentation are to provide you with a high-level overview of the CSPS project. What is it? Why is the project so important? And why now? The project's scope, including the 6 primary capabilities of the new system, and the transition to biweekly pay. The project's governance and team structure. Who is collaborating to ensure the successful implementation of the new system? Engagement and empowerment through department and agency readiness teams. And finally, an overview of the project timeline. The CSPS project is a multi-year endeavor to modernize and integrate the human resource, payroll, and travel advance and expense management systems for the state of California. The project will deliver accurate and timely personnel and payroll services more effectively through innovative business processes and improved technological functions, with a focus on quality customer service to approximately 300,000 California State Civil Service and California State University employees. Why is it essential that we undertake such a significant project now? The state of California's current unified state payroll system, often referred to as USPS or the legacy system, is nearly 50 years old. When originally developed in 1976, the state had 40% fewer employees and was not engaged in collective bargaining. As the state grew and its business needs became more complex, the State Controller's Office, or SCO, had to accommodate the requirements of collective bargaining, increasingly intricate payroll rules, and other human resource complexities. While the legacy system has done what it was developed to do over the years, it has become apparent that the current system needs modification. Due to the age and the number of changes made to the legacy system over the years, many of these applications lack sufficient integration and are difficult to operate and maintain. Currently, the SCO exerts an enormous amount of effort to maintain and modify these systems to meet the complex needs of California. The CSPS project provides an opportunity to take advantage of the significant technology innovations developed over the past 4.5 decades, allowing California to be on the forefront of modern HR and payroll practices. The CSPS project will modernize these systems, providing standardized workflows, incorporating more automation, decreasing manual processing time, and thus eliminating rework. Additionally, the CSPS project is taking advantage of cloud-based service offerings and new emerging technologies while supporting remote work. You may have heard about previously unsuccessful efforts to modernize the state's legacy system. The names 21st Century Project and MyCalPays may ring a bell. When the CSPS project began in 2016, the project team dedicated a significant amount of time to studying what went wrong with past efforts. The team examined project documents, interviewed staff, and sought input from past project leadership. The team also conducted extensive market research, consulting with government entities who implemented similar projects, including Los Angeles County, New York City, the states of Oregon, Idaho, Colorado, Nebraska, and Hawaii, and the Government of Canada. Many lessons resulted from these efforts. Here are our top 4 lessons learned. Develop clearly documented system requirements before procurement to ensure vendors understand California's needs and to reduce the complexity of the new HR and payroll system. Create well-documented and comprehensive end-to-end business processes. This effort first entailed documenting all current state business processes and identifying areas that could be improved. The project team then documented future state business processes and partnered with subject matter experts from nearly 40 departments to vet the processes for accuracy. Here you can see the many departments who participated in the requirements gathering and validation process. To date, the CSPS project has engaged with nearly every department in the state, The input and expertise from these departments has and will continue to inform the direction of the CSPS project and will help ensure its successful implementation. A third lesson learned is to conduct robust, rigorous testing throughout all phases of the project. And last but not least, initiate organizational change management, or OCM, in the early phases of the project, engaging with project stakeholders early and often. To date, the CSPS team has invested a significant amount of time to ensure the project engages the right stakeholder communities at the right time, supporting them through upcoming changes resulting from the CSPS implementation. The CSPS project includes several components that will work together to integrate the end-to-end business processes that occur from hire to retire. The project scope focuses on improving and integrating 6 primary capabilities: position control administration, which includes managing positions and classifications; personnel administration, which includes management of employee records and status changes, such as employee address and tax withholdings; benefits administration, which includes mandatory and elected benefits, such as vision, dental, and health; time and attendance management, which includes entering and approving time and attendance; travel advance and expense management, which includes employee travel and non-travel expenses and reimbursements; and payroll, including calculating and processing payroll. For each of these capabilities, the CSPS project will modernize and improve systems, implement integrated technology, and streamline business processes. The CSPS project has set its sights on delivering these state-of-the-art, employee-centric customer service objectives, including enhanced online view capabilities for employees, including historical time and attendance records, current leave balances, employment history, benefits enrollment, and tax information, among other data that only exists as paper copies or documented in our current system. Improved end-user functionality enabling employee self-service to update bank information, enroll in direct deposit, modify tax withholdings, and change employee addresses. Improved reporting capabilities that move from the traditional static reporting of the past to more dynamic and user-friendly data analytics and ad hoc reporting capabilities. Automated validation checks at the point of entry to reduce manual rework processing time. Proactive data validation and reviews will prevent inconsistencies such as 65 different spellings of City of Sacramento in our address data, and lessen frustration by presenting an employee with only the benefits in which they can actually enroll. The CSPS project team is actively working on several opportunities for improving the way we currently administer human resources and payroll. These include small, straightforward improvements that allow the state to leverage modern technology and better align with modern HR and payroll practices. They also include larger, more impactful improvements or transformational opportunities that can improve the way the state does business. One of those transformations includes biweekly pay, which will advance internal payroll efficiencies for our state personnel and payroll professionals, improve pay accuracy, and get you paid more frequently. You will hear more about these as the project progresses. Ultimately, the goal of the CSPS project is to enhance the end-user experience for all state human resource and payroll staff and state employees alike. Human resource and payroll professionals who will engage with this modernized system in the work they do each day can look forward to simplified workflows, automated processes, and a more user-friendly interface. These and other innovations will free up time that can be dedicated to customer service or engaging in data analysis. And all employees and managers will have improved access to information and greater self-service functionality, including the ability to easily view and update personnel information. The CSPS project is a highly complex and large undertaking for the state. The project requires partnership between many state agencies, and will ultimately require support from all departments within the state. With this in mind, the project is structured to reflect the principles of collaboration, accountability, and transparency. We'll take a closer look at the project structure and explore how this structure, made up of a coalition of multi-organizational leadership, a dynamic project team, and expert stakeholder work groups, builds a foundation for the success of the CSPS project. This diagram represents the CSPS project governance and team structure. At the top of the diagram is the Executive Steering Committee, or ESC. The Executive Steering Committee is made up of leadership from the State Controller's Office, California Department of Human Resources, California Government Operations Agency, the Department of Finance, and the Department of Technology, who together provide a blend of policy, operations, financial, and technical perspectives. The role of this cross-agency leadership team is to make top-level decisions for items that impact the scope, schedule, and cost for the project. Below the Executive Steering Committee is the CSPS Project Leadership Team. The CSPS Leadership Team, which is comprised of leaders from CalHR and the State Controller's Office, is charged with project management, sponsorship, and day-to-day decision-making. This partnership is key and critical to the success of the CSPS project, as SCO ensures accountability and disbursement of the state's financial resources, and CalHR ensures the new system not only appropriately applies requirements set by laws, regulations, and bargaining agreements, but also effectively supports statewide human resources and labor relations programs' business policies, practices, and processes. The CSPS project team is responsible for executing project activities. Within the CSPS project team, there are 4 sub-teams: the project management team, the functional team, the technical team, and the organizational change management, or OCM team. The CSPS project team is not working alone. We know that partnership and collaboration are essential to the success of the CSPS project. Within the project, there are several different types of stakeholder work groups, also known as business partners, that we are working with hand in hand to ensure that the new CSPS project system meets the needs of each department and is successfully implemented across the state. We'll take a moment to explore each of these partners further. The Business Process Owners, or BPOs, are a group of statewide leaders in human resources and payroll. This group is responsible for making decisions related to process and policy changes. The Process Advisory Committees, or PAC work groups, are comprised of subject matter experts from control agencies and various other departments. They provide consultation on process changes and impacts. The Department Agency Readiness Teams, or DARTs, are teams comprised of leadership and subject matter experts from a given department or agency. Each DART team will, with support and training from the CSPS Organizational Change Management Team, prepare their department for the implementation of the CSPS project solution. As we look forward to implementing the new CSPS solution, one thing is certain: process changes will occur during this transition. Whether you are on the front lines as a human resource or payroll transaction specialist or manager, or one of the approximately 300,000 state employees who will be impacted by the transition to the future state, you will experience changes in the way you currently interact with the system. Change is a process, and the CSPS project team is committed to guiding you through these coming changes. In fact, the CSPS project has a dedicated team, the Organizational Change Management, or OCM team, whose role it is to engage directly with each state department and agency and empower and support them through this transition. As you recall from the project structure diagram, department/agency readiness teams, or DARTs, are comprised of leadership and subject matter experts from a given department or agency. DARTs will prepare and empower their respective departments and employees to facilitate and manage their readiness and help them understand, prepare for, and adopt process and technology changes brought about by the implementation of the CSPS project. DARTs will complete project-related activities and tasks and be a leader for change within their department. DARTs will also be the voice for their department. They will communicate impacts, risks, and other relevant knowledge to the CSPS project team. Through partnership, collaboration, and communication, the OCM team supports DARTs, ensuring that their departments are ready to adopt the new system. The goal is to create a dynamic where department knowledge and expertise is leveraged during the change process and readiness is tailored to a department's needs. Department agency readiness teams have 4 main roles to fill: the sponsor, liaison, coordinators, and subject matter experts. The size and depth of a department's DART team is dependent upon many factors, including size and complexity of the department. Small, less complex departments may choose to combine or eliminate positions depending on the unique needs of that department. The DART sponsor is a person in a high-level leadership position in the department, whose role it is to influence accountability with all levels of management within the department. The sponsor is an advocate for the CSPS project and provides oversight and support within the department. The DART liaison is the single point of contact between a department and the CSPS project team. They will lead and project manage all readiness activities, including coordinating project communications, assignments, and trainings within their department. Liaisons will work closely with agency change experts or ACEs, who are members of the CSPS OCM team. ACEs are the project points of contact and will collaborate extensively with liaisons to help organize, develop, and coordinate the work of the DARTs and to facilitate two-way communication between departments and the project team. DART coordinators coordinate and manage department CSPS project activities related to training, reporting, and technology. And finally, DART subject matter experts are department experts in the areas of time management, travel advance and expense management, payroll, position control, personnel administration, accounting, and benefits administration, who help to test and analyze the integration of CSPS processes into the department. Through the DART structure, departments will be empowered to manage their own readiness activities and ultimately will implement CSPS into their own operations, as departments know their culture and processes best. Finally, we will review the CSPS project's timeline. The CSPS project underwent an extensive planning phase. This phase, which lasted from 2016 to 2023, was overseen by the Department of Technology and required the project to adhere to the Project Approval Lifecycle, otherwise known as PAL. The PAL consists of 4 stage gates, shown here: Stage 1 Business Analysis, Stage 2 Alternatives Analysis, Stage 3 Solution Development, and Stage 4 Project Readiness and Approval. Going through this extensive planning phase was essential in ensuring that the CSPS project will provide for the needs of its stakeholders and deliver the best possible business outcome for the state of California. After the planning phases were completed, the solution integrator was onboarded, and the project moved into the project execution phase. This is an exciting phase where the solution is designed, developed, tested, and ultimately implemented to all state entities. We anticipate the project execution phase to take roughly 5 years for full implementation to all state agencies and departments. After full implementation, the project moves into maintenance and operations. To summarize this overview of the CSPS project, here are the key takeaways. To achieve modernization, we must convert to biweekly pay, enabling the CSPS project to improve and integrate the state's human resource, travel and business expense, and payroll systems. Numerous resources will be provided to support staff with the transition to biweekly pay. Now is the time to replace the nearly 50-year-old legacy system and take advantage of technology innovations, enabling the state to be on the forefront of modern HR and payroll practices. The CSPS Project Organizational Change Management Team collaborates directly with departments and, through the DART structure, supports and empowers all state departments and agencies to integrate CSPS into their operations and considers their culture. The benefits of a CSPS implementation include simplified workflows, streamlined processes, enabled self-service technology, and more user-friendly features, all with the goal of enhancing the end-user experience for all state human resources and payroll staff and state employees alike. Thank you for watching this overview of the California State Payroll System project. We hope you found it informative. We encourage you to visit the CSPS project website, where you can find more information on the project, stay up to date on the project timeline, learn more about the project team, or read through frequently asked questions. Another great source of information is the CSPS project newsletter. Your department's DART liaison is your go-to resource for questions you may have about the CSPS project, especially as it relates to your department. And finally, if you have further questions or would like to share thoughts about the project, we encourage you to reach out to the CSPS project team via email at cspshelp@sco.ca.gov. Thank you for your time and interest in the California State Payroll System project.